he was left out. There was no place where he was welcome here on earth. But he had a plan for a house that shall ever stand. He spoke these words, upon this rock I'll build my church. I'm in this church, this glorious church. I did not join, though I was born and had a new birth. Come glorious day, I'm gonna sail away.
Okay, glad to have you folks with us tonight. Mac Southern Gospel Show from 7 to 8 o'clock. And we thank you so much for being with us. And
We're both going to get started tonight, man.
Taylor's going to tell you how you can get your church community news to us before I tell you about our show tonight, okay?
All right. Welcome again to Mac Southern Gospel Show on TV2. You can send your church announcements and community news to Mac Southern Gospel Show at 1006 South Brennan Street in Troy, Alabama, 36081, or you can call 670-0052. You can also email them to us at msgs@troycable.net. Church community news are read each Tuesday night at 7:50, and they're brought to you by Lawrence Hardware.
You got it. And I'll tell you something about Lawrence Hardware when we do the commercial. But anyway, we're going to show you a little bit of Tim Lovelace, Laughing with the Lovelaces, featuring the comedy of Tim Lovelace. And he's got two things on here that was hit songs for him. Don't Sit in My Pew and the Wall song. And he does a little singing, does a little comedy, but I think you'll enjoy it. And then we're going to see Gold City. And we're going to, and they got some great songs on their video also. So just stay with us. We hope you will. Here they are. Tim Lovelace.
Hey, how are y'all doing today? Great. Well, I went camping just a while back with a couple of high school friends. And on Sunday morning I wanted to find a church to worship in. So I packed my truck and I headed out. Then I saw it in a cloud of dust. It was the Ebenezer Fellowship Non-Denominational Baptist Free Will Church. When I walked in, it was time to start, and that little church was packed. There was only one seat on the very front row, even though I really wanted the back. So I walked right down and I took a seat. Then a hush fell over the place. Oh, and a sweet little gray-haired woman walked up and said, "Boy, I have something to say." Folks around here call me Granny. I'm as sweet as I can be. Well, I volunteered for everything. They couldn't make it without me. I teach Sunday school, I sew and bake. I'm even in charge of the Christmas play. And there's only one thing I ask in return, a lesson you should learn. Don't sit in my pew. You know it belongs to me. I've been a-sitting right here at least 40 years, and that's the way it's gonna be. I can tell that you are new around here, so you better get one thing clear. If you know what's good for you, don't sit in my pew. Well, I walked to the back of the church feeling just about as tall as a flea when one of those deacons walked up and handed me a brown, ice-cold metal folding chair. So I sat out there in the aisle and I listened to the choir sing, "I Shall Not Be Moved," while the preacher preached a fine sermon on like a tree planted by the waters. And then he looked at me and he said, "When our service is over with, we want our special guest to stay for some of Granny's red velvet cake." So I went over there to the fellowship hall, and after they said the blessing, I looked down there and noticed that I didn't have a fork. Well, I figured I'd made enough commotion for one day, so I thought, I'll just ease in there in the kitchen. I'll find the utensil drawer and help myself. Well, that's what I did. But just about the time I pulled that drawer open, somebody spun me around. It was Granny. "Stay out of my kitchen. You know it belongs to me. I've been a-cooking in here at least 40 years, and that's the way it's gonna be. So if you need a fork, if you need a spoon, the next time stay in the other room. Boy, you better pay attention. Stay out of my kitchen." And then she reached up and kissed me on the cheek and said, "Granny sure hopes you come back next week. But if you do the next time, don't get my parking space, don't sing so loud, wear a coat and tie, come early enough for Sunday school, stay out of my kitchen, but most of all, I can tell that you are new around here, so you better get one thing clear. If you know what's good for you, say it with us, don't sit in my pew. But just remember, Granny loves you. Now let me tell you, if y'all never seen us before, let me just tell you real quickly. Take one look at Mary Alice. Now I know this is going to hurt, but take one look at me. Folks, I'm here to tell you that the Lord is still in the miracle working business. Woo! Some of you men don't need to laugh too loud, because I can look out there and tell you that you outpunted your coverage too, okay? You know what I'm talking about, you football fans, all right? Now, Mary Alice, now let me tell you, now the Lord gave me desires of my heart, and we've been married about 3 years, been traveling together now too, but let me tell you, He'll give you the desire. This is the wrong microphone, it stutters. He'll give you the desires of your heart, but the Lord's got a wonderful sense of humor. Now, Mary Alice is from Columbus, Ohio. Okay, you Buckeyes. Population over 1 million. I'm from Satsuma, Alabama. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Population about as many people as you can get in a phone booth. So what you're looking at here, Mary Alice, she's computer girl, college girl, corporate America. I didn't even know there was I just thought it was North America, South America. She's corporate America. Fine arts, opera. I can fish. She asked me if I liked the opera, and I said, sure. Minnie Pearl, Roy Acuff.
You think he's kidding.
No, I'm not. So basically, it's the three tenors and the three stooges up here. And so I told somebody, I said, the best way to describe us in a nutshell, just the quickest and best way is, this is Princess Grace, and I'm Barney Fife. So that's it. Mary Alice and I, we did both travel with other groups for many years, and then about 8 years ago, we got united in Holy Macaroni, and then all of a sudden, I woke up and I realized I was a manager. Folks, it's not easy being a manager. The pastor called us right after we started. In fact, and he said, Tim, I'd like for you and Mary Alice to come sing at our church, and it's going to be a New Year's Eve program. I said, all right. I said, where are you located? That's a big word I learned from Mary Alice, means where are you at? I said, where are you located? He said, we're in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And I didn't know where Manitoba was, but I knew if it started with an M, it was close to Mississippi. I said, we'll be there. When we got on a plane, we live close to Asheville, up in the mountains of North Carolina. I'm from Alabama originally. Thank you very much. I don't know if that's for Asheville or Alabama, but go ahead and clap either way. Mom, just settle down. But Mary Alice from Ohio, I'm from Alabama. But see, I have grits flowing in my veins. And so when we left the mountains, it was 20 degrees. I'm telling the truth. That's already cold enough for Alabama blood. When we landed in Toronto, it was 20 below zero. Now get a hold of this. They said, Tim, where you and Mary Alice are going, it's going to be cold. And they were telling the truth. That plane landed in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and it was 40 below zero with a constant wind chill of 60 below zero. Folks, when you're wearing a coat that you've purchased from Walmart, it'll do you no good up there. I pulled my harmonica out to play a couple notes. It stuck to my lips. We got out of the cab going over to the motel. I got out of the cab there and before the concert, and I heard something go clink. I said, Mary Alice, please look down there on the sidewalk, because either I've dropped my keys or one of my ears just fell off. Folks, I was freezing to death. But a couple days later, we're over at these folks' house. and got up early that morning, the McFarlands, and we got up early that morning, and I had some coffee and a little quiet time with the Lord. You know how that time, how precious that time is. And I was looking out over the beauty of God's creation, and they had a bird feeder out there. Now, I'm just simple enough to think if the Canadian geese head south, those little ones must check in a Motel 6. But I looked out there, and there were the sparrows. And they not only were surviving, they were singing their little hearts out to the Creator of the universe. And I'm here to tell you, it dawned on me that morning, if God can really take care of a Manitoba sparrow when it's 60 below, don't you think he can take care of us as his children here this afternoon? Amen. I love this old song, and I love to hear Mary Alice sing. Listen to it. His eyes.
The First National Bank is a true community bank. That's why we created and introduced our Spirit checking account. Spirit Checking offers you checks and debit cards that display the logo of your favorite school. Every time you make a purchase with your Spirit debit card, the First National Bank will donate 1 cent to your school. Talk Spirit Checking with us today in Troy or Brundage. It's just another way we're making your banking better. Member FDIC, equal.
The Bank's Buy Right is your one-stop service center. They have gasoline at competitive prices and a deli that serves breakfast and lunch, barbecue sandwiches, camp stew, cheeseburgers, chicken tenders, and more, all served by the friendly staff at Buy Right. The Buy Right also has feed for your animals and pets, plus a hardware section and plenty of cold beverages. When you check out, you'll have a friendly cashier to take care of you. Visit the Bank's Buy Right in downtown Banks today.
Haynes Ambulance of Alabama has a proven clinical track record that spans over 30 years for providing quality emergency medical services to the citizens of Alabama. They offer 24-hour paramedic service, emergency and critical care transports, as well as doctor office and long-distance transports. They are Central Alabama's proven source for dependable ambulance service since 1977. You can call Haynes Ambulance at 566-0518. And now we're going to get back and hear that lovely song that Miss Mary Alice Lovelace is going to sing for y'all. Here they are.
Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? Why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion,
Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all think that you're looking at a duet, but you're not. This February the 14th, we're officially going to be a trio. Valentine's Day, yeah. Woo! Somebody asked if I was going to tell any stories or not today, and I just need to tell this to get it off my, I just need to tell y'all this. When I've been thinking about that, just hang with me. When I was in junior high school, I had a history teacher named Sophronia Claremont, Mrs. Sophronia Claremont, and you wouldn't laugh if you were in her classroom when she said her name. And Mrs. Sophronia, I used to ask her stuff all the time, and I wanted to know why I had to know all the details about history. Just tell me that we started our country, that our president didn't lie, and his name was George Washington, and here we are today. I didn't understand all those details, and she would tell me, Miss Sophronia would say, Tim, someday history will come alive to you. And you'll understand behind everything that happens, there's a deeper meaning. Well, I believe Mrs. Sophronia, and for years and years, I wake up every morning and go, has history come alive to me yet? And it hadn't until just a while back. Now, I don't know if any of y'all know it or not, but these Victorian tea rooms, they've got them around here in this area. These Victorian tea rooms where the ladies go and put one little pinky up, they are popping up all over the United States. I'm serious. Mary Alice and I'll go to a church to sing, and there will be like a sign saying, Saturday afternoon, ladies, high tea, gloves and hats required. I'm very serious. We drive to some dates, we fly to some dates. We flew into to a concert, and the pastor picked us up, and he said, now, Tim, some of the men want to have coffee with you this afternoon. But the ladies, they already have plans for Mary Alice. They're going to a Victorian tea room. Well, that's fine. Women want to go dress up and have tea. That's fine. Well, not too long ago, Mary Alice and our office manager, Charlene Seifert, were supposed to go over near Asheville to one of those Victorian tea rooms, kind of a ladies' day. Well, Charlene called at the last minute and couldn't go. So Mary Alice asked me if I'd like to go with her. Well, I've read those Gary Smalley books. I understand about that bonding stuff. So I said, all right, I'll go. Men, if there's any of you men in here, if you've never been to a Victorian tea room before in your life, don't do it. Don't do it. We got there, and I never seen, our last name is Lovelace. Means somewhere back in history somebody loved lace. I don't love lace like that. It looked like a truckload of lace and a truckload of antiques that had an awful wreck into somebody's house.
In our family, we all use electricity differently. But when it comes to our Touchstone Energy Cooperative,
we all think about it the same way.
Because our co-op is power.
Sure, electricity turns the lights on.
But power is the information that we get from our co-op about efficiency,
safety,
technology. We trust the co-op.
They're our neighbors,
our friends,
our home.
For answers to your power questions, contact your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
We'll get back to more of Tim Lovelace in just a moment, but just want to tell you about one of our fond sponsors like Bird's Drugs. Bird's Drugs on the Square in Troy will save you time and money. Bird's Drugs knows that your hectic schedule can get even more complicated when you have to get a prescription filled. So you can just ask your doctor to call Bird's Drugs at 566-0100 and they can bring it to you in the city of Troy. Bird's Drugs encourages you to buy a home where you get charge accounts, home delivery, and after-hour service if you ask for it. Chains will not do that, but Bird's Drugs will. Again, they're located on the Square in Troy. You can call them at 566-0100. Now we'll get back to more of Tim, Mary Alice Lovelace.
We Up there, ladies were sitting there all dressed up, and one corner of them was just yakking away. Boy, they were talking and yakking. I figured they were part of the Yakaholics Association or something. I didn't know. They were just talking, and I went over there and I sat down with Mary Alice, and there was a lady in like kind of a canary yellow dress and a canary yellow hat, staring at me like, what in the world are you doing here? Which is exactly what I was thinking myself. I was wanting to get this over with. Well, the waitress came over there kind of a British type accent, and she asked me what I'd like to drink. Well, she gave me like a little napkin to start with, and she called it a serviette. I poked that down in my belt, trying to look all prim and proper. Then she wanted to know what I wanted to drink and what kind of tea. Well, being from South Alabama, I consider myself almost an expert on tea. I said, just give me a tall, cold glass of Lipton's iced tea, make it sweet. She said, we don't have any sweet tea. I said, well, I've been to New York before. Just give it unsweet and a pound of sugar and I'll fix it up myself. She said, I don't think you understand. We don't have any cold tea. And I said, well, this is a tea room. What kind of tea do you have? She started naming off stuff I'd never heard of in my life. Chamomile tea. Have you ever...
Chamomile. Chamomile tea.
It sounds bad either way you pronounce it. Raspberry, blackberry, strawberry, sassafras, Earl Black, all kind of stuff.
Earl Grey.
Earl Grey. Earl Grey. It doesn't matter, black or gray. It was just awful sounding. I said, well, bring me the best. This is not funny, folks. I said, bring me the best cup of whatever you got. Then she said, what would you like to eat? I thought, now we're getting somewhere because I know something about groceries. I said, well, what do you have? She started naming off stuff I'd never heard of.
Crumpets.
Crumpets. What in the world is a crumpet? That sounds like Jerry Goff's trumpet that's kind of bent a little bit as a crumpet. What else?
Sun-dried tomatoes.
Sun-dried tomatoes. Folks, in South Alabama, my mom and dad always had a little garden out back. A sun-dried tomato is a rotten tomato. $18.95 for a bowl of rotten tomatoes. I said, what else do you got? She said, English biscuits. When I am an expert on biscuits. I figure they're not as big as those Baldwin County Cathead biscuits. I figured if they're English biscuits, they're probably a little smaller. I said, bring me a dozen of those. Wrong again. They were cookies. Now, I'm not having a good time at all. She finally brought that chamomile tea, and I'm sitting there trying to be all prim and proper with my wife and bond while these women are all staring at me. I reached over to get in that little teacup, and I jobbed my finger into that little hook there where you hold it. It stuck. I finally figured out why they hold their finger up. They're trying to keep it from getting stuck in that little bitty teacup. Now, I am a whole lot smarter than I look, believe it or not. So I figured I'm gonna go run to the bathroom and get some soap and get this little teacup off my finger before I have to pay for it besides these rotten tomatoes I'm getting. I jumped up, and this is not funny at all, please don't laugh. When I jumped up, I thought I'd put that little serviette napkin down in my belt. I had the whole tablecloth poked down in there. When I jumped up, chamomile tea, rotten tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes went everywhere, and let me tell you something. That lady in that canary yellow dress didn't look too good wearing those sun-dried tomatoes. If any of you men have never been to a Victorian tea room before, don't do it. Which brings me back to Mrs. Sophronia Claremont. I figured I'd get back around to her. I got to thinking, history had finally come alive to me. I finally thought about how our whole country was started. It was that Boston Tea Party. They were trying to keep those Victorian tea rooms from coming over here, and that's how we came around with America anyway. Woo!
So many people serving God so many different ways, but Jesus said, worship in spirit and truth. I believe in old-time religion, and I believe in a brand new day. It's safe to say I believe in the old and new. 'Cause we need some old-time praying, old-time shouting like they did in the good old days, when an old-time preacher talked about the blood of the Lamb. Amen. I'll sing about the old rugged cross, saving the lost in the good old-fashioned way. Get ready for the new Jerusalem.
Anybody have their ticket for the New Jerusalem? All right. Here we go.
You can go to an old camp meeting, listen to the word of God, kneel down at an old-time altar with all of your sin. But when you ask the Lord's forgiveness, old things are passed away. Praise God, all things are new, 'cause you've been born again. Oh, we need some old-time praying, old-time shouting like they did in the good old days, when an old-time preacher talked about the blood of the Lamb. We'll sing about the old rugged cross, saving the lost in the good old-fashioned way. Get ready for the new Jerusalem. Come on, Mary Alice.
We need some old-time praying, old-time shouting like they did in the good old days, when an old-time preacher talked about the blood of the Lamb. Sing about the old rugged cross, saving the lost in the good old-fashioned way, getting ready for the new Jerusalem. Getting ready for the new Jerusalem.
God bless you.
Casey Propane is located on the Henderson Highway across from the Troy Industrial Park. Casey Propane is a family-owned business, and Mr. Casey wanted us to let you know that they will fill your grill bottles for only $10. You can call Casey Propane at 334-770-0602 and talk to Paula or Blair, and they will take care of your order. Casey Propane serves Pike and Crenshaw County. Again, their phone number is 334-770-0602. Don't forget, coming up at 7:50, we'll do your church community news. We also want to tell you that on Facebook and the internet on YouTube, you can check out Max Southern Gospel Show. Encore shows are on Sunday 12 at noon and Monday night at 7. So if you didn't catch it tonight, you can catch it again at those times. We hope you've enjoyed Tim Lovelace and his wife Mary Alice. Now we're going to change out and we're going to go and watch Gold City Quartet. We hope you enjoyed those. Here they are.
I came here to sing a song for Jesus. You may laugh and sneer as you walk out, but what I'm singing may not soothe your fancy, but I just came to see a soul saved. Ain't that what it's all about? They know how. Oh, but I just came to sing about my Savior before I came to see a soul saved. Ain't that what it's all about? I didn't come to hear the crowd roar with laughter, but when I chose a different route. saved. Ain't that what it's all about? I didn't come to hear the crowd roar with laughter, but when I came, I saw a different round. I don't know just what you came after, but I just came to see a soul saved. Ain't that what it's all about? I don't know just what you came after. I just came to see a soul saved. Oh, ain't that what it's all about? What it's all about. That's what it's all about. I'm gonna let the glory roll and the roll is calling, Lord. I'm gonna get beside of myself, but when I get beside the King that day, I'm gonna have the time of my life when the time of my life is over. I'm gonna get carried away when I get carried away. Well, I don't know why I become a little shy when I get around a whole lot of people. And I can't figure out why I never can shout about the love that floods my soul. I must confess, I can't express the feelings deep inside me, but the things I know and cannot show one day will overflow. I'm gonna let the glory roll, the roll is calling, Lord. Yeah, I'm gonna get beside of myself, but when I get beside the King that day, I'm gonna have the time of my life when the time of my life is over. I'm gonna get carried away when I get carried away. Now I'll pass the clouds, shout so loud that it may sound like thunder. My tearful eyes will fill the skies till it looks like rain. As I leave this world past the gates of pearl and stand before the Savior, I'll lift my soul, let the glory roll, and from the rolling calls my name. Oh, come on, move up, put your hands. I'm gonna let the glory roll, the roll is calling, Lord. Oh, you got it. I'm gonna get beside of myself, but when I get beside the King that day, I'm gonna have the time of my life when the time of my life is over. I'm gonna get carried away when I get carried away. I'm gonna let the glory roll and the roll is calling, Lord. Yes, I am. I'm gonna get beside of myself when I get beside the King that day. I'm gonna have the time of my life when the time of my life is over. I'm gonna get carried away when I get carried away. I'm gonna get carried away, carried away. When I get carried away. Playing the piano for Gold City from Boaz, Alabama, Josh Simpson. Make him welcome. Singing the tenor, doing a wonderful job from Dayton, Ohio, Steve Ladd. Make him welcome. Over here singing the baritone, I think he's the best, Big D. Daniel Riley from Hoax Bluff, Alabama. Aaron McCune from Sparta, Tennessee, singing the bass. I'm Jonathan Wilburn. Are you glad to see all of Gold City at National Quartet Convention? Yeah. A lot of you have come by the table and asked about a certain man by the name of Tim Riley. And I don't know of anybody to tell you more about what Tim's got going on in his life than his son, Daniel. Daniel, tell us about Tim, what he's got happening.
He retired.
A little more than that.
He does what retired people do. He piddles all the time. Anybody know what piddling is? If you're from Canada, scream if you're from Canada. Piddling means something totally different in Canada, all right? I won't go there. But Dad is doing fantastic. He's enjoying being home these days, and he sends his love, and he said that if you want to see him, just this one time, he's asking that you come to Alabama and see him, all right? He's burnt these roads up for 36 years, and he's doing great. But I appreciate everybody coming by and asking about him, but just know that his health is great, he feels great, and he's just busy piddling. So there you go.
That's what's happening with Tim. But you know what, folks? God sent us, I think, one of the best young bass singers to come along in a long time. And I want you to listen as Aaron McCune sings an old song on our brand new album, Teach Me, Lord, to Wait. Oh, come on, Aaron.
Teach me, Lord, to wait.
Teach me, Lord, to wait. Down on my knees, till in your own good time, you answer my plea. Teach me not to rely on what others may do, but to wait in prayer for an answer from you.
They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not grow weary. They shall walk and not faint. Teach me, Lord, to wait. And teach me, Lord, to wait while hearts are aflame. Let me humble my pride and call on your name. Keep my faith renewed, my eyes only on thee, and let me be on this earth what you'd want me to be.
They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not grow weary. They shall walk and not faint. Teach me, Lord, to wait.
South Alabama Livestock on Highway 231 between Troy and Brundage is a place for cattlemen to come. We have sales every Thursday at 12 noon and special events. South Alabama Livestock is the South's most modern livestock sale. Visit us on BamaBeef.org for all your up-to-date special event sales. South Alabama Livestock, Highway 231 between Troy and Brundage.
Just want to thank all of our viewers in Pike, Dale, Crenshaw, and Coffee County for being with us tonight. We hope you enjoyed the music so far. Just want to remind you, coming up in about 10 minutes, we will have church community news, so stay tuned for that. But for right now, we'll get back to more of Gold City.
Well, I'm rich in faith and hope and love. I got more than my share. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir. Yes, I'm rich in faith and hope and love. I got more than my share. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir. My father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. I believe I own at least one. I stand in amazement to see his face, knowing that I'm his son. Well, I'm rich in faith and hope and love. I got more than my share. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir. I've a guardian angel watching me. He'll go everywhere. But when I need my Father in heaven up above, I pray just a simple prayer. He has redeemed and forgiven me for all of my sins. He took me in. He's building me a mansion beyond compare. Hallelujah, I'm a millionaire. I'm rich in faith and hope and love. I got more than my share. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir. Yes, I'm rich in faith and hope and love. I got more than my share. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir. Oh, I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir. Come on now, help me out. He has redeemed and forgiven me for all of my sins. Thank God he took me in. He's building me a mansion beyond compare. Hallelujah, I'm a millionaire. I'm rich in faith and hope and love. I got more than my share. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir. I'm rich in faith and hope and love. I got more than my share. I'll be moving to the mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir. I'll be moving to the mansion just over in glory. Hallelujah, I'm a millionaire. Thank God through the blood of Jesus, I'm a millionaire. Oh, I love these songs, don't you, folks? Look who just checked in, into the barn, into the world, into the hearts of the boys and girls. Never been a baby quite like him. Look who just checked in. Look who just checked in, into the barn, into the world, into the hearts of the boys and girls. Never been a baby quite like him. Look who just checked in. Well, he knew us in the garden, he brought us through the flood. Saw the sacrifice of the fire and the blood. Everybody thought he'd been away for a while, so he came on down in the form of a child. Look who just checked in, into the barn, into the world, into the hearts of the boys and girls. Never been a baby quite like him. Look who just checked in. Check out who just checked in. He made us a promise promised a long time ago. The King is coming and the world's gonna know. He reigns in glory and his home on high. He came down to take us to the sweet by and by. Look who just checked in, into the barn, into the world, into the hearts of the boys and girls. Never been a baby quite like him. Look who just checked in. Listen who he is. He's the Prince of Peace, the King of Kings, the Lord of the universe, and never ever play. Emmanuel, since time began, God is with us once again, once again. Look who just checked in, into the barn, into the world, into the hearts of the boys and girls. Never been a baby quite like him. Look who just checked in. Thank God. Look who just checked in. Into the barn, into the world, into the hearts of the boys and girls. Never been a baby quite like him. Look who just checked in. Never been a baby quite like him. Look who just checked in.
Check out who just checked in.
Oh, it's wonderful for Gold City to be back at National Quartet Convention. Oh, yeah. Me and my family started coming to Quartet Convention about 23, 24 years ago, and it just gets bigger and better every year. And it wouldn't be possible without all you folks and supporting the best music in the world, and that's Southern gospel music. There's a lot of things in our lives today that seemingly have control. You know, the financial institutions, they want us to believe they have the dollar. The stock exchange has what we do and what we think in control. Our government, don't worry. When there's a problem, we'll pass a bill or some legislation that will help you.
Okay, we hope you're enjoying Gold City right now, and we'll get back to them in just a moment. But it's time now for our church and community news, brought to you by Lawrence Hardware, South Brundy Street, right here in Troy, Alabama. John and Martha, we'd appreciate your business, and they got your plumbing supplies, electrical supplies, gardening tools, paint, accessories, everything for the professional to the do-it-yourselfer. You find it at Lawrence Hardware. In fact, me and Ann went by there today and got some plumbing supplies. So, and of course, he had what we needed. Wasn't no problem.
Yeah.
I knew that when we went there. You can always find what you need at Lawrence Hardware in Troy, Alabama, on South Brundy Street, right across from the post office, okay? And now with the church and community news, here's Kayla.
All right, don't forget to get your church community news on Max from the Gospel Show. You can mail them to us at 1006 South Brundy Street, Troy, Alabama 36081. Call us at 670-0052, or you can email them to us at msgs@troycable.net. Troy Church invites you to be with them on Sunday mornings at 10 at the Trojan Center at Troy University. To see info videos, get directions, and answers to any questions you have, you can visit their website at www.troychurch.tv. Mike Warren with the Disabled Veterans Outreach Program will be at the Troy Career Center each Friday from 8:30 to 3:30. Veterans needing assistance should make an appointment by contacting Warren at 334-347-0044. The Troy Career Center is located at 1023 South Brundy Street in Troy. The United Methodist Children's Home is currently seeking those interested in supporting their ministry by becoming a foster parent. Full-time foster parents, part-time homes, and homes for mothers and infants are needed at this time. For more information, you can call Shauna Meeks at 334-793-0090 or visit their website at www.umch.net. And that is all for tonight.
Okay, right after these video commercials, we'll be right back. So stay with us.
Banks By-Rite is your one-stop service center. They have gasoline at competitive prices and a deli that serves breakfast and lunch, barbecue sandwiches, camp stew, cheeseburgers, chicken tenders, and more, all served by the friendly staff at By-Rite. The By-Rite also has feed for your animals and pets, plus a hardware section and plenty of cold beverages. When you check out, you'll have a friendly cashier to take care of you. Visit the Banks By-Rite in downtown Banks today.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight, Mac Southern Gospel Show. And Kaylin, glad to have you back tonight.
Back, Mac.
We had a great time tonight, enjoyed some good music and some good comedy also. And but we're going to leave you with Gold City and hope you'll join us next Tuesday night, 7 o'clock for Mac Southern Gospel Show. So long, everybody. Have a good week.
The Bible speaks of famines and trials in the last days, how they'll sweep through our land. But we have His assurance that through all these trials we'll be led by His mighty hand. Manna from God will come down from above to restore and to nourish our souls. So through all of your trials and all of your fears, remember God has it under control. Under control. Control. When He speaks, the storms be still. Don't be afraid. Though the billows may roll, God's almighty hand, it's still in command. Rejoice in your soul, for it's under control. How many of y'all believe that tonight? Amen. Now listen. Now you may be like David of old, and the giant trial you may face. Oh, but just when it seems you're standing alone, you'll find Jesus standing there in your place with a stone of faith. Giant will fall, and to Jesus all the victory will give. So today, as back then, in this world so full of sin, remember God, He's still got it under control. Under control. Oh, it's so good. Under control. Don't you be afraid, though the billows may roll. Hallelujah. God's almighty hand
He's got it under control, the creator of the universe. And folks, we are in his care. And if God be for us, who can be against us? Come on, church, put your hands together.
If God be for us, who can be against us? No enemy can stand against the power of his word. Yes, if God be for us, who can be against us? We are more than conquerors through our risen Lord.
I've spent many days walking through the valley. Wondered if everything was gonna turn out right. My eyes were blinded by my own delusion. I praised the Lord down on my knees one day. I saw the light.
If God be for us, who can be against us? No enemy can stand against the power of his word. If God be for us, who can be against us? We are more than conquerors through our risen Lord.
Oh, Satan tries to keep us all defeated. Right on acting like he doesn't really know.
Oh, but in the Word of God I found the answer.
When Christ arose, oh, Satan then became a defeated foe. Well, if God be for us, who can be against us? No enemy can stand against the power of his word. Well, if God be for us, who can be against us? We are more than conquerors through our risen Lord. We are more than conquerors. We are more than conquerors. Well, if God be for us, who can be against us? No enemy can stand against the power of his word. Well, if God be for us, who can be against us? We are more than conquerors through our risen Lord. We are more than conquerors. We are more than conquerors through our risen
We were on the bus a couple of weeks ago watching the Discovery Channel. There's a documentary that came on, and this man began to tell about how he'd found the bones of Jesus in a box in the Middle East. There's some old redneck boys from Alabama got one word for that gentleman.
Here on